Hello everyone, in this video I will show you our new product, that is KinCony M16v2 version energy meter board. So this board also used by the ESP32 module, and you can integrate to Home Assistant by ESPHome very easily because we have already write the YAML file and upload it to KinCony's forum website. You can download and directly to use it. And this board you can see we have made some improvement than the V1 version. So mainly is 1, 2, 3 point improvement. You can see here that is a PoE module. So this PoE module, if you install, you can without your power supply, just connect to your PoE switch. And here you can see that is a very good temperature and humidity sensor. It will output high precision data from this module. So it can detect your power distribution box, the temperature, whether it's high or it's normal state. And make some automation, you can cut the power supply if you have some dangers. So this is the temperature sensor and the humidity sensor. And you can see here that blue parts that have 3-channel voltage sensor. So this time you can detect your voltage in real time. So max support 380 volt, and also you can use for the single phase 220 volt, and you can use for 3-phase for power supply and max support 380 volt. So this board you can see this is voltage terminal, and this is 16-channel current terminal. So you can use this board detect your load current and voltage and the power in real time, and it's very easy using Home Assistant. And later I will show you the hardware details and how it works in Home Assistant by ESPHome. Okay, let's begin look at this hardware details. You can see here that is our schematic. We can see this schematic. You can see LDO, that for power supply, and this is ESP32. And this for the 6-channel current, just use this chip for extend for analog input, because the ESP32 only has 4 channels of analog input by the hardware resource. And this is auto program. So you can use our board, never press this button for download. This have the auto program circuit. And this is Ethernet. And you can see here that is the PoE module. This is PoE. And here that have the voltage detect sensor, the MPT101B. So this is for the transfer. So you can see 1, 2, 3 channel. And this I2C for RTC module, DS3231, and extend. And this is OLED SSD1306 display. And this is NTC for protect the board, used for DC 24 volt. And here you can see that is the SD card. So maybe you need to save your data, save your energy meter data to your SD card. So you can write this SD card by Arduino IDE code. We have already write this how to use this SD card demo source code on our form. So this is schematic. The schematic we also is open source, so you can find it in KinCony's website. Here you can see this M16v2 version schematic. So you can download service and software document at here. So you can just open this schematic. And also we can see this is our PCB design. This is V2.1. We have made the V2.0, and this is the newest V2.1. And you can see in 3D mode. And this is the back of the PCB. And also this is in front of it. And this is the PCB. And in our form also have some resource for you to use. And you can see this our form M16. We have already uploaded the V2 version resource, the ESP GPIOs define which pin used for what function, and you can check it here. And this is for ESPHome for Home Assistant. You can see we have already integrated this M16v2 board to Home Assistant, and you can check the power and the daily energy and the humidity and the temperature. And this is 3 channel of the voltage detect, and this is for current. And this you can see the LED, and this you can see the OLED that have displayed the temperature and humidity, and the 1 channel of AC voltage, and you can change it to display. You can display a 3 channel voltage or 1 channel voltage or 1 channel current. It's up to you. Just set in ESPHome. Later I will show you how to set and where to change. We'll change this display. And you can see here that have just uploaded this some library files to your ESPHome. Just saved on your Raspberry Pi, because I have used KinCony server, so that I have uploaded this file to this folder config and ESPHome, and that is downloaded for the config YAML file, and this is zip file, just these 3 files. Later I will show you where is to upload it. Okay, this is the resource of the hardware, and this is Arduino source code. You can see how to calibration AC voltage. That is very easy, and just install this library and running this code, and you can easily to calibrate your AC voltage. And here also you can see that a simple demo source code of output the voltage by the third part with the Arduino IDE. And you just can use this library and directly to running this program. It's very easy to print your AC voltage. Okay, this is the software resource of our hardware board. Let's look at the hardware, how it works and how it wire your device. And here you can see this is M16v2 version board, ESP32 SD card, and USB for download, and this is for power supply, and this is PoE module. You can remove it or you can install it just when you choose which the M16v2 version board have the PoE. You can without it or can include it, the Ethernet port and the voltage detect terminal and the 16 channel CT clamp. So you can see here that CT clamp, this is for 15 ampere 1 volt. The output is a voltage, and you can see that is 100 ampere 50 milliampere. So this is voltage output signal, just output voltage, and this is output current. So this will be output current, and you can choose either of this sensor to use. You just need to change this jump. So you can see this jump, the left is voltage and the right is milliampere. So the right is current and the left is the voltage. So you can easily to change this jump, this for the voltage and this for the current. So it's according to your which sensor you have choose. So if you want to choose the CT clamp sensor, you can see here there are many different CT clamp. You can see 1 volt 10 ampere, 1 volt 20 ampere, and 30 ampere, and 15 ampere, and 60 ampere, and 100 ampere. So it's enough for you to choose which sensor you want to use. And also you can see that is a milliampere signal type of the 100 ampere. We suggest use the voltage. The voltage will be good. So there are many voltage different type of the CT clamp sensor. Okay, let's go on. You can see this is the board and support installed on the DIN rail. And now I will use this board and connect with my loader. And this is KinCony server mini version that actually is a Raspberry Pi 4 computer. So you can see I have used the SD card and installed the Raspberry Pi, and this is USB for download, connect with this USB port. So you can see this is my load, and this is the internet line WAN, and this is LAN 1, LAN 2, LAN 3, LAN 4. So I have used this cable, have connected to the Raspberry Pi, and this cable, you can see, I will connect to this Ethernet port. So this board work in local network, without internet it can work. Just use the Home Assistant using local network, one device load, and the second and the third. And firstly, we test without the PoE module. I will connect with the 12 watts. Okay, let's test the voltage function firstly. And this is a 12 watt power supply, and this is also use a 12 watt for this board. So for test, I just use this line 1 and 2 together. Then I connect with this power supply. This is 12 watt and 2 ampere, and I connect to 220 watt. I can connect with the power supply, and you can see the LED, red LED is on, and this is on, and you can see the LED screen have see this temperature and humidity and the AC voltage, because I have already downloaded the ESPHome config file in this ESP32 module. I have used this terminal, have connect with this socket because I will test it directly. And this is another channel because there are leave line and neutral line, leave line and neutral line, and this is the third channel, leave line and neutral line. So I have used this to plug in. This is 1 and this is 2. You can see here, I connect to this board. Okay, you can see this Home Assistant has started. So you can see this date is become available. And this M16v2 I have integrated to the Home Assistant, and you can see this is current, and this is voltage, 3-channel voltage, and this is temperature sensor, and this is humidity sensor. Okay, let's test connect with this power supply. Now you can see I will connect with the socket with 220 volt. You can see here, I connect to it. And now you will see the voltage, that is 235, because this is actually voltage. Let's use the multimeter to test it. What's the voltage? And here, and you can see okay, you can see 236, 237. Okay, almost as same as the Home Assistant. Now let's test the channel 2. I will use this socket and connect it here. You can see here, this LCD display have changed. And you can see that is changed. The 235. It's update always. So it's a refresh. And now let's look at this is the voltage. The another channel is changed. So this is for the real-time feedback for the voltage. Okay, the third channel is also as seen as this way, that can detect the voltage. And before configure this in Home Assistant, you can see we can click ESPHome, and you can click this edit button, and you will see this is details. These details just copy and paste from our website. You can see just from here, YAML file for ESPHome. So you just download this config file and copy all contents and paste it to the ESPHome. And just before you copy and paste, make sure you have these 3 files have uploaded to the Raspberry Pi. So you will see we have just as this photo. So just make sure you 3 files in this ESPHome folder, so that will work well. Okay, this is how to detect the power voltage. Now let's test the PoE module. You can see we can disconnect this power and disconnect this power and power off. This board is power off, and I remove this cable and remove this socket. This time I will show you how to use the PoE. You can install your PoE module. This is a 5 voltage PoE module, so you can just install it this way, very easy. Just plug in it. And now we just use a PoE switch. So this is my loader, and this is my TP-Link PoE switch. So you can see that is PoE switch and some network, and this is the power, and this is the power of the PoE. So we can connect the to here, so that the PoE is power on. You can use one load cable. This is your loader, and network cable from here. Just disconnect, and you can connect to the PoE switch. You can see I can connect it here. PoE switch, and then use this any network port and connect to this Ethernet port. So I can use this one C85 cable. This needed to use the high quality cable, and I connect with this any of the port. And now you can see I just connect with this port, and you can see the LED is on and the network begin work. And you can see this LCD display is working, and the in-home assistant also is working. And now I can connect with this 220 volt at here, and this is another socket. You can see I connect it, and you will see this is voltage is changed right now. And also you can see these 2 volts have updates. So this is how to use the PoE module for this board without your power supply. Just use one network cable. Okay, next let's test the current of the sensor. Okay, let's test this board with current, the load current. And this time I will use this CT clamp sensor. So this is 15 ampere, 1 volt. And also I will use this for test. I have inputted the watt, and this will become hot, and you will see that the voltage and the power about 600 for the power, and this is the voltage. And I will connect with this outlet. And I make this outlet and just for 2 wires, because I want to use this to just install this way. So you can see here, make sure one lead line have go through this CT clamp sensor. And I have connect with this channel 1. This is channel 1. Just connect with it. And this time also I have detect the real-time voltage of this power supply. So you can see here, this terminal, this is channel 1, the socket. I want to connect it to detect the channel 1 voltage. So you can see here, I have connect with it, and the voltage not see the display because this display have detect the channel 3. So in Home Assistant, you can see this channel 1, the MPT, that is ESP32 34 GPIO that have changed. You can see the update state. And now we can put this way on it, and we'll connect this to power supply. Okay, now this will begin work, and this have the current, and you can see the current have about 3 ampere, and this is the power. This is real-time feedback from this voltage, and this is the current, and this is about the power. So this is just about the current because our voltage is not 220 volt. This is 230 volt. So this is how to detect the voltage and detect the current in real time. Okay, thanks for watching.